Hi everybody. Let me find what we're going to do. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Give us a second, please. I'm literally the most unorganised, super duper professional, serious commentary channel on YouTube, obviously. So, them twats that have, hi Conspiracy, sorry, I've not even said hi to anybody, have I? Hi Conspiracy, hi Colm, hi Timo, hi Garth. Are you all okay? Yeah, it always buffers at the beginning. I think that's the way it's going to be now. I think it'll always buffer a little bit at the beginning, but it's alright, it's fine. Everything's honky fucking dory. Where's Dummy Kruger? Where's my playlist? Let's have a look. Shit, no, not that one. So I'm so organised, I really am. This seemed like a good idea earlier, and now I'm really tired. I swear I saved it to that. It's not there, Lord. Fuck's sake. Sorry, I'm not very organised, clearly. I'm going to watch his anyways. I always rather watch his videos than any of theirs. Shit, you know what? I don't even know if I've got it fucking... No, see, like I ain't. There we go. Let's try again. Let's start again. Sorry.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. We have a major update coming out of Sheridan.
Shit, Tad, that's... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Honestly, mate, sorry, that's fucking awful. Hi, COVID-42, sorry I didn't want to not say hi to anybody. Hi Laura, hi Ratius. Hi Delete Funds, thank you for arriving. Tad, I'm gutted for you, mate, I'm so sorry. Hi Rampage. Shit, yeah, Tad, that's fucking awful, mate. I don't know what to say. That's crap. I'm so sorry. I really am. Fucking hell, man. That's wank, that is. That's proper shit. I'm so sorry. I really am. I'm gonna press play. I'm sorry, but
Colorado, where two First Amendment auditors have just been arrested. This is part 5 of an ongoing series covering this group that has already led to multiple arrests. Every 2 weeks, a group of First Amendment auditors have been appearing at the city council meeting to speak during the public comments portion of the meeting because of a new ordinance that has banned filming in certain locations in the city hall building. During one of these meetings, a confrontation did take place that led to a restraining order against Sweet Tea Audits. Now, I'm not quite sure if this was the result of breaking said restraining order or not, but both Sweet Tea Audits and Denver Metro Audits were arrested upon arrival at the city council meeting that happened moments ago. Your stuff?
Which, you want to still tell me what I'm doing? What's the warrant for, Mitchell? For what? It takes all years for this. What the f*** are you doing?
Are you going to take your stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to take your stuff. Leave your stuff there. What the fuck are you doing?
what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Jane, are you able to get our stuff?
She's got your stuff. Let's go. Can I get
Wait, what the fuck are you
For you
doing?
too? What the f***'s the warrant for? Wait, they're not gonna tell you what the warrant's for?
We'll explain that. Can I get reading my keys?
Do you know the only bad thing about it, yeah, is that Regan didn't get shit. Oh yeah. That Regan didn't get arrested as well. That's the only bad thing about it. If she'd got arrested as well, that'd have just been epic.
Step back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Holy
Tyrants, guys. Super tyrannical. Super tyrannical.
Watch your back. Yeah, watch your back. Oh my God, watch your back. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh shit. It does. Fuck off. I can't pause it. It does, doesn't he, Eric? He always has that proper granddad like cardigan thing on. It's quite amusing, actually. Hi, Eric, by the way. Hello, Rebel at Heart. I was waiting for you, mate. that off. Cover, I love a cardigan as well, mate, but that bloke, yeah, he's going about acting like he's like fucking 20 or something, and he's going around wearing a cardigan that my granddad would have worn, so there's nothing wrong with it. It looks like a very... Dummy Kruger himself has said, you know, when the apocalypse comes, he's going straight there to rob that fucking cardigan off him, because it's a great way to keep warm. It's just, you know, it don't suit his whole, I'm a badass, I am, you know, I'm well hard, I am, I'm proper hard, I'm an anarchist. It don't suit that thing.
No clue. They came out here, the horse, and arrested him.
Oh, yeah, I figured he was about that age, to be honest, Timo, but he doesn't act that old, though, does he?
So the video abruptly ends there, but what we found out is they both had warrants, which is what makes me unsure about the restraining order part, is Denver Metro Audits didn't have one that I'm aware of. Nonetheless, it sure looks like they'll be spending their evening in jail rather than the city council meeting they've been disrupting for months on end. When I do get an update, I'll make sure to post it right away. Okay, guys, thanks everyone for stopping by. For future updates...
Exciting times. Anyway, so, got to have my phone the right way around, because I just can't function otherwise. Here's a moment. Now, where is it? Fuck's sake, man, I'm rubbish, I am. What's the face? There we go. Oh no, that's it. It's on DMA's channel. On DMA's channel, they're doing a fucking, whatchamacallit, tonight at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock my time. So, oh, you know, is it 9 o'clock? No, that's not it. There it is. There it is, look. Right, so, yeah, so in half an hour. So, do we want to watch it on his? And then we can go in there and just, like, chat some shit. Yeah, that's what I was saying, trying to say to you, yeah, so he's doing a live, yeah. Oh, I don't know, you know. I think people in this chat will do my fucking nutting. We'll see, we'll see. I'm going to notify myself anyways, just in case. Right, anyways, I swear Regan had some shit on, but I don't know now. I'm not very organised. Well, to watch. Oh, my fucking fag's gone out and all sorts. Gives a moment. Oh. Right, so what's Chili been up to? I've heard that there's this video, I looked for it as well, yeah? So I saw Welsh News Network's thing last night. I'm going to turn this the right way around because that's annoying. And, well, I didn't see it last night, sorry. I was listening to it when I was taking the kids to school this morning. And I saw this community post of his where it said, you know, he realised that it was actually Chili pretending to be this copper within minutes, that kind of thing. Now, I don't know whether it's that, but... Oh, no worries, delete phones. Take care, mate. Hi, Craven. You're right, mate. I can't find the video, though, of this copper. I can't find it. What's it called? Because I literally looked on his channel and Delete Laws Clips Reloaded channel, and I can't see it. So I'm so confused. Like, genuinely confused. I don't understand. Foot nose over, can't got a fucking scuba. It's quite disgusting that they're doing this shit. Can we watch, oh, sorry to change the subject for a second, but yeah, can we watch this then? I've not seen it. I've got no idea. We have a limited window of time to overturn Toby's VOIO. It kind of piqued my interest, but I've not downloaded it, so I've not been able to change his voice, which means we are all going to have to tolerate it for 19 minutes. Oh, how come you was doing that then, Welsh? That's alright, I thought it was a newer one. Okie dokie, let's watch this. Hi, by the way, and you, Lemon Tart, hi.
Yo, what is going on? I'm going to try to illustrate this as quickly as I possibly can. When I start talking about how much time we have to overturn Terry v. Ohio, how much time in reality we actually have. Susan B. Anthony, she missed her window. She had 6 years to get women the right to vote, and she missed it. Reconstruction failed.
Hi, Chili News to please. I love your name.
And it failed in 1876. It began in 1870. Reconstruction. Black people are free. Reconstruction, it lasts 6 years. That's how long you have. And then right here, Giles versus Harris and Giles versus Teasley. Both of these cases have specifically to do with Jackson Giles suing for voting rights. He sues and goes to the Supreme Court 2 years in a row. So can you imagine?
That actually makes sense, Welsh. Yeah, I get it now.
Just put yourself in that position. How does he go 2 years in a row? Then he doesn't get the right to vote until 1965 with the Voting Rights Act. Jackson Giles, who loses his case in 1903 and 1904, he'll never vote again in his life. He'll die. He will never get to vote again. He missed his window. There was a window here. That's
It's all making sense now, isn't it, Cafe? You get it now, don't you? Hi, by the way.
how he went to the Supreme Court twice. And then again right here. This one's really terrifying, to be honest.
Is it terrifying? It's fucking
Mapp
terrifying.
versus Ohio. Mapp versus Ohio makes it so that the police can't obtain evidence off you and violate your constitutional rights, like entering into your home. And so that happens in 1961. And then in Kerr versus California, the Supreme Court
Hey up Norfolk, how are you doing, mate?
says that the police can use common law, knock and announce, knock, 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 police, and then just come walking in. Look at that window of opportunity, the window
Oh
of
shit, right
opportunity.
there. In it crackers, right? So yeah, I did sort of figure that this was an older one that he's decided to re-upload or whatever, because look at him, look at his face there, and his face on the more recent ones where we know that they're live. He's literally aged. I'm going to be generous here. He is aged at least 10 years in the last year. Easy. Probably more than that. I personally think it is more than that, but I'm being nice. So at least 10 years in the last year. That's crackers, that is.
For change is only two years. 2 years. In 1964, Civil Rights Act passed. What does it say? That you cannot be discriminated based on your race. So if you can't be discriminated based on your race, then how does somebody decide in 1964 that police
Oh, damn right, Lemon Tide decided to pick a fight with a bunch of YouTubers. He was doomed from the start.
are not going to be subjective and pick on black people? I mean, that's when the prison system takes off. 4 years. 4 years right there. But right here, now Terry v. Ohio, someone's just suspiciously can be suspicious of you. A guy walks up to you right now, so I'm suspicious of you, get on your knees. Right now. That's going on right now, right? And now's our window to overturn it in 2021. Now's our window. Right now is our window to overturn Terry. A cop walking up to you and saying, hey, I'm suspicious of you. We can't miss our window because, remember, go back to Susan B. Anthony. She had a little 5-year window here, and then she threw her lot into getting 400,000 signatures to abolish slavery. Right? That's what she did. 400. So just let me take you to perspective here. Susan B. Anthony, she's gonna get 400,000 signatures. She had this limited window to get those 400,000 signatures for women's right to vote, and instead she said there would only be one message. And my message has to be to abolish slavery because this is atrocious. So she threw her lot in to do that. And that's exactly what she did. Okay, now, so.
I think you might be right, Welsh.
Now let's take a look at this. We heard the story of Susan B. Anthony. She dies. That's there. She dies in 1906. Susan B. Anthony doesn't see it happen. And then in 1920 with the 19th Amendment, women get the right to vote. But
Hey up, Happy, how are you doing, my love?
she did miss her window, didn't she? Susan B. Anthony missed her window. She missed her window. And Jackson Giles.
You know, until him recently, I never knew who Susan B. Anthony, was. I only had ever.
He missed his window. And what happened from 1903? I mean, just take a look. And it just keeps going all through history. And then it gets even tighter. It gets tighter with Matt versus Ohio. When it goes to Matt versus Ohio, what happens?
I just tried to pause it so many times. Hi, Christine. You take care of your driving, love. We'll still be here.
Matt versus Ohio, they go into Dolores Map. Her name is Dolores Map, right? And they go into her house with or without a warrant. That's to be disputed from the case. And then she goes to the Supreme Court, and they say, while they were in the house, they found a book that they considered obscene, which was a sex book or whatever, and then they found some gambling tickets, I think. So then when they say, we're going to throw this out because you just ran into Dolores' house.
Cheeky Monkey, how are you, mate? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
You can't just run into Dolores' house, right? That's the ruling. That's the ruling in Matt versus Ohio, that you just can't run into Dolores' house and get these obscene materials out of the drawer. And so we're going to rule in favor of Dolores Map, and we're going to create a standard that police cannot run into people's houses and just grab their obscene material. If the cops ran into your house right now, would they find something illegal? Yes, they would. Well, 100%. So now look what happens. 2 years later, what does Kerr versus California say? There's a blue line there because this is one of the most destructive laws in the history of our country.
It's literally all making sense now, ain't it? It's actually all making sense now. Now we all understand.
It's knock and announce. Remember, Dolores Map, they just ran to her house and found the obscene materials. Well, if they just 2 years later, what they can do is they can just knock and go, hey, Dolores, it's the police, and then come running in. Do you see? Window of opportunity, and now it's closing again. It's closing again. Matt versus Ohio, the window's closing. Where they're going to close Matt versus Ohio. Clarence Thomas is trying to reverse Matt versus.
Yeah, Goff, I always thought that was, when I was a kid, I genuinely always thought, that Lady Chatterley's Lover was a bit of a bit like a back in the day fucking version of 50 Shades of Grey or something.
Versus Ohio.
The first reform I want to talk about today concerns that exclusionary rule. As you know, the Supreme Court recently recognized that it makes no sense to apply the exclusionary rule when a police officer believes in reasonably good faith that he is acting under a valid warrant, even if the warrant is...
Oh, I'm good and lots. How's it going anyways? Nice to see you, mate. Thank you for being here. How's it going? Is it going alright? Let me know.
...defective for some reason. My proposal would codify the existing reasonable good faith exception.
That's brilliant, unlocked. I'm glad to hear.
And expand it to warrantless searches and seizures. It'll make a difference to those of you on the front line.
The police can just rush into your house. And that's what Kerr versus California says, is the cops can just come running into your house. That's what it says. So if we're going to overturn Terry, you got to get on your knees right now. Terry, on your knees. I'm suspicious of you.
Fucking hate listening to him, without his voice changed. I hate it. But I'm sorry I weren't more organised. I had to go down with families and shit today, so been a little bit busy. And yeah, sorry.
Who are you? Right? Get on your knees now. That's what Terry does. Get on your knees. Just like calling you a clown, right? A clown goes back to Jim Crow. That goes back to Jim Crow. A clown, white Dartmouth Rice, he was an actor and he performed the Jim Crow Act in 1830. Dartmouth Rice.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on American history and all this, that and the other, yeah, but that literally has nothing to do with clowns. But,
He was a feeble-minded, unconscionable, dumb, can't even drink water slave, falling down like a fool. Big, stupid smile, black face, and black hands. And this makes Dartmouth Rice rich and famous. And then that Jim Crow Act, it proceeds all the way through until 1860, in the beginning of the Civil War.
He absolutely does, Sean. Hi, by the way.
And now at this point, Jim Crow, white guy putting on black skin, and people are, at this point, it's getting bloody, right? Civil War starting. John Brown is infiltrating, going into Bleeding, Kansas, and killing 5 slave families. 5 slave families will be slaughtered by John Brown. They open up Kansas to everybody, slave owners and non-slave owners, and the
11 times. Hi, my love.
Non-slave owners start slaughtering the slave owners. I mean, that's how much it was such an aberration, right? And so now, again, what do I say about the window of opportunity? When Dred Scott happens in 1857, that forces John Brown's hand in 1859 to attack the Virginia Armory and take on General Lee. And he's gonna die, absolutely. His son's died.
Well, I've got to ask you. So, I'm assuming you Americans know, okay? So I'm assuming, right, that basically the whole Terry V. Ohio thing is just instrumental in all of American history. So what place did it play in the Revolutionary War? Revolutionary? Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? And then also the Civil War. And well, you know what place did it play in the Gulf War as well? I need to know. Oh, it's not a boomer. And Hank's Corner, hi mate. Yeah, I need to know because I mean I'm assuming from the importance that he puts on it, yeah, that it had exactly unlocked. Terry V. Ohio is the reason USA split from the UK, obviously. It is. I mean, it pretty much goes without saying. So yeah.
John Brown's speech, before he's going to be hung, because there's this big thing in the Constitution and like the basic fundamentals of life and liberty, that if you're going to be hung, right, when she's going to be hung for treason, then he has these last words that he can say.
I am a dunce cap. Unlocked, I am a dunce cap.
What does John Brown say? Here and now, I tell you all, there is the golden rule of the Constitution.
Shut the fuck up a minute, Chilla. Yes, Chili News to Police said, in the Civil War, Terry was the guy who defeated Ohio, and Chili hates that.
Slavery is an abomination, and you will burn in hell, right? And so what happened?
Eric, honestly, that's literally what I was going to say, something about the Alamo, but when I started talking, I completely forgot what I was going to say. So I went for the things I could definitely remember, which was the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. And it was the Alamo that I actually had on my mind in the first place, and I fucking forgot. Yes. So Terry V. Ohio absolutely caused the showdown at the Alamo. Absolutely. 100%. And if none of you know that, you're all dunce caps.
What happens? John Brown, he hits a fire, that's the beginning of the Civil War, right? There was a limited opportunity for John Brown to start that Civil War. He had to
I love that, Kathy. I think you're right.
Strike right after the Dred Scott. Look at this, right there, 57 to 61, tiny little window. That's what we have to overturn Terry v. Ohio, to get the foot off of the back of everybody now. Terry v. Ohio may be inactive.
Clover, whenever he does that, what bugs me is, he says, oh, that's your God-given rights, it's your God-given rights, it's your God-given rights. What about atheists then? I have not got God, so have I got no rights? Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I've got no rights because I don't believe in God. And it's just bollocks, isn't it?
Originally to get the cops so they can grab black people right away, 100%.
Sorry, by the way, I'm seeing that it's buffering quite a bit. I apologise. Please just bear with me. It normally fixes itself.
Why do cops want to grab black people in the 1960s? Because there's a civil rights movement going on. I mean, a real civil rights movement going on. Blacks are not freed until 1954, but then all these, I mean, they're killed. And so why does Terry v. Ohio pass then? How come? Why does Thurgood Marshall vote for Terry laws when he knows for a fact that they'll only be applied to black people? For a while, but now I'm the same. You and I are the same. Round eye, green eye over here, same as you. I gotta get on my knees. If they get on your knees, right? It applies to all of us.
Hi, Tina. Thanks for being here, love. And I don't know, I doubt it very much if God believes in the USA. But a lot of them would like to think they do, so.
Now, so we have a limited window. We're 53 years since Terry v. Ohio passed. Plessy versus Ferguson, that created the nasty segregation, was in 1896. It was overruled 58 years later.
Shit, right, sorry. The only reason I paused it, but I didn't pause it in time because I was a little bit busy with my hands. But it really, listen to his footsteps. Has he got like heels on? Because obviously we all know that he's really short, yeah? I bet you he's wearing those heel bloke shoes.
We're 53 years
listen, you have
since
to
Terry
listen.
v. Ohio passed.
See? Did you hear it?
Ferguson, that created
Did you hear that? Did you hear it? Keep listening, honestly. Hi, delete law sucks. It absolutely does, by the way. And it fucking does, doesn't it? It sounds like he's wearing heels.
The nasty segregation in 1896, it was overruled 58 years later. 58 years later in Brown versus Board of Education. So now what's the window there? 5 years where we are now. When was the George Floyd movement? 2020.
Definitely wearing heels.
The Eric Garner movement in 2014 did what?
Yeah, but chill out. Are you wearing heels? Oh, that's a wicked face, that is. That's fucking awesome, man. Remember what I said, yeah, a couple of streams ago? We need to come up with this, like, musical pause faces game. I've got it in my head, but I can't map it out properly. I need help. So any of you really, really clever people, please help me out. We've got to play this musical pause faces.
What did the Eric Garner movement produce? More body cams? Now we get a close-up, right? Ren makes it so the police can pull you over if they're suspicious of your car. There's Ren as an extension of terror.
It's always epic, isn't it, 11 times when he decides to, you know, lecture black people on what it's like to be black. I mean, fucking hell. That, I'll never forget that conversation ever. And I do forget a lot, by the way. This bloke is so fucking stupid and says so many things that are just ridiculous. I do forget a lot of it. But that I'll never forget. Him trying to tell a black person what it's like to be black. Wow. Blows my mind.
Without Terry, Ren cannot live. It dies. And if they're suspicious of your car, who are they suspicious of? They're suspicious of you. We have a limited time to get it going, to start a movement, right? To really start a movement that we don't want to be reasonably suspicioned. I do not want to be reasonably suspicioned. I don't care what time of day it is, where I'm at, what kind of...
Is that a real word? Suspicioned? I need to know, yeah, because I used to be really good at words and grammar, English and all that shit, yeah, I did. But I know these days I'm actually not that great. Is suspicioned an actual word? I need to know. No, it's not, is it? Don't fuck for that. Anyway, because I said this before, yeah. Can anybody else, in the chat remember when he said entrepreneuring, that they were I think it was something along the lines of they're stopping me from entrepreneuring. Can anybody else remember that? Because it needs to be other people. It can't just be me. Entrepreneuring. It was great.
Car it is, if this is a high crime area or not. I don't give a shit if it's a high crime area or not. Please don't tell me this is a high crime area and I look suspicious and we had a robbery here the other day. I don't give a shit if any of those things happened. I'm just living my life.
Oh, thank you, Chili Neils to the police. I knew you'd back me up, mate.
So what do we do though? We start to play by the rules that are given to us. We play by the rules that are given to us.
And fallacies. He still says that. He said it recently in a video that he still says it's a fallacy. It's a fallacy. Oh my! And can you remember when he said that he learned about fallacies? I can't even believe I just said that. He learned about fallacies at school, but he said I learned about fallacies at school, so I know my shit about fallacies. Basically, he learned that well that he calls them fallacies. The fuck.
Rules here are going to be used if they can be used against you. The Terry rules that say I'm suspicious of you, that's what the Terry rules say. Subjectively, I'm walking along and it's you I'm suspicious of. What are you suspicious of? I don't have to tell you. That's morbid. That's absolutely morbid. You will stand there in handcuffs and now you can be detained, which means what? George Floyd, by the way, was just detained. George Floyd was only detained.
I agree, Greg Craven. That's where hairs grow from.
He was not yet arrested. They didn't get him in the car. He was only being Terry stopped. George Floyd was Terry stopped because Terry goes to MIMS, which means you got to get out of the car. Terry goes to South Dakota versus Auburn.
It's Terry stops you when the police and decide to stop you because they have a suspicion for something. So if somebody phones the police and says, right, this bloke's just burgled my house, or this bloke's just fucking stole shit, or just armed robbed me, or done whatever, right? Is that still a Terry stop? Because I wouldn't class that as a Terry stop, me personally, but what the fuck do I know? We don't have shit over it. We just have, reasonable fucking suspicion or whatever. I don't fucking know. I need to nip Lou, so I'm going to leave you listening to this dickhead for a minute.
Which says we can impound your car because we're suspicious of it. And what happens when they impound your car? They can inventory your car. Suspicion of your car means inventorying your car, which means if they find anything in your car, do you have anything in your car that you want to see? I'm just saying. I mean, you're a human being, right? You might have something in there you don't want someone to see. Overture and Terry, they can't just warrantlessly inventory your car. So then Terry also attaches to p1ss. So now it's one thing that I can say, hey, you know what? I'm suspicious of you, whoever you are, right? We know who you are, right? So, but then I can just go, you know what? Broad daylight, middle of the day, someone's sitting out here, and I can go, that guy right there, you know what? You know what? Someone's been vandalizing e-bikes. Someone was vandalizing e-bikes, and I'm suspicious of him. So I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to detain him. Get on your knees. I don't feel safe. So that means that when people...
Fuck off, chill out. Getting on your knees is your favouriteest place to be, mate. And yes, I did just say favouriteest. Because I can.
see the hashtag overturn Terry on your cat picture, and they're like, yo, man, why does it say that on your cat picture? Oh, what? Terry v. Ohio is what creates reasonable suspicion, which is a construct of institutional racism, because it was meant only to be applied to black people because the 60s were the 60s. And now today, it's the reason why so many people are living in a cage. When you got a prison in Arizona, when you got a prison right here, right? And
serious question, yeah? Especially to my beloved Americans. Are you lot living in a cage? I just need to know. Are you living in a cage? Because bearing in mind, yeah, over in the UK, we ain't got this many amendments and all this, that and the other. We ain't got absolute free speech. I ain't living in no cage, though. Alright, you know what I mean?
And when there's a guy who gets dressed and puts on a suit and he goes to that prison and he goes and he guards skin for him to make money, when he goes home, do you think his kids go, my dad's a terrible person? Or do you think this kid...
Hi, Robert.
Kids go, yeah, my dad's a prison guard. We need prison guards. We need prison guards. That's what he believes. When we put a prison in Arizona, that's...
Hi, Molon. Exactly, yeah, exactly. And Lemon Tart, you just nailed it. If my house is a cage, then it's not too bad. Exactly. That's how I feel. Bollocks, that didn't work.
Spreads authoritarianism to the entire area. When a cop shoots somebody in Arizona, and he goes home and tells his wife and kids, does he say, yeah, I blew that guy's head off and ha ha ha, I'm cold blood? No, he tells his wife and kids it was me or him, and I was gonna die, and that's why I shot that guy. And then his kids go to school, his wife goes to work and says, hey, guess what? Harry had to kill that guy. He had to kill him. He had to be shot. He was terrified. It was Harry or the other guy. And what does that do? That spreads the idea that we need to kill people. In a digital era?
No, there's no need for prison guards because there's no need for prisons, remember, a lot. So, you know how it is, yeah? So, if you meet a serial killer, once they get up to maybe the third victim, then you have a word with them. Say, look, mate, yeah, we hope that we're hoping that you'd stop at the second. But, you know, you've reached the third now and... we can't really have you going on like this, but, you know, there's not much we can do about it. And then paedophiles, what can you do? What can you do? Well, it's not your fault, mate. You know, you can't control how you feel. And we don't blame you for acting on your urges. So, you know, so be it. Just away from my kids. That's all you can say, innit? That's all you can do. That's the right way to be, you know, is it? Get fucked.
Caught on camera in a digital era? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you want to be running around shooting people or beating people if you know everybody's going to film you? Are you a barbarian? If you're a barbarian like that, where you're criminally insane, then yeah, you have to live in an institution. But other people who act like complete morons just have to be educated.
I've never had to get on my knees either, Con. Well, not like, you know, being ordered to. It was always voluntary when I have. But yeah.
And I don't mean complete morons in a negative way. I say this equation all the time, and I hope you guys don't think I'm testing you or quizzing you. I'm just giving you basic fundamentals. If you can't do a simple algebra equation, x equals 6, y equals 2, X minus Y equals consequences. If you can't do that in your head, that basic algebraic equation, then your brain can't determine consequences in an impulsive moment.
And shitloads of you at the same time have just gone on about how fucking high he looks. And you're right, obviously.
I'm not that smart. This is stuff I learned on the internet. Everything I'm saying, I'm regurgitating from people that I learned by watching and reading and learning. I saw the hashtag over
YouTube University. And yeah, there.
Terry was over 1 million, and I was like, I wasn't going to come on here today live because I really wasn't feeling it. But then as I got to talk more and more and more, I started to feel it and believe it, and that we can achieve it. Because I think when I saw that 1 million hashtags overturn Terry today, holy crap!
Did you unlock? That's cool. Are you doing a video or something? Because I'll check it out in a bit. Or do you want me to link your channel up all day long anyway, mate? You know you can.
I built this to show you all the intricacies of what's going on in your country. Because John Brown said there is the golden rule, and if you don't live up to it, I will kill people. And he
I bet you George Washington said, learn the rules from the internet. Just saying.
killed 5 slave families. This guy was a total badass. And when he got taken to the gallows, he did not weep. I mean, I'm telling you, John Brown will go down in history. We have a limited window to overturn Terry. It's now. It's right now. Susan B. Anthony failed.
Exactly, Ratius. Chile is being an investigative journalisms. Or is it investigative journalistic? He's a journalistic investigator. An investigative journalistic constitutional law scholar. That's the one.
Heard nothing happened for her, and she was dead. And then Jackson Giles failed, and it was no good till 1965. The Reconstruction failed. Where Reconstruction failed, the reconstructing of the country, it failed here. This failed. And when did it get better? We can legitimately say it got better in 1954. This is when it legitimately got better. And so what happened? Look at the window of time it took. 54 to 64, that's their window. This was the window. All these people had to sacrifice their lives. This is
Damn straight, Timo.
the window right here. These people all had to die in the most inglorious way ever.
Oh my God.
I mean, just betrayed. John F. Kennedy assassinated by his own people. Who killed JFK? We'll never know.
He really does, doesn't he, Kovar? He really does want to be Stalin. Absolutely, I completely agree. We'll never know, by the way. You don't know who... You do all realise that, don't you? You have no idea who killed JFK. No idea. We'll never know. Hi, Sally. How are you doing, my love? Fuck! Unlocked just now. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Unlocked has just solved the case. Because none of us have ever known who killed JFK. Never. It was clearly him. Obviously him. Obviously. Clearly.
Assassinated by his own people, infiltrated by a cop. His group was infiltrated by a cop. The cop then gets his people, his security arrested a couple days before his assassination. There's just so many secrets here. But what I'm trying to say is that the reason that...
I bet you I'm just saying this, yeah, I'm throwing this out there. I reckon I'm right. I bet you Chile was also responsible for Lincoln's assassination. It feels right. It really does. It feels right.
So much sacrifice is because there was a limited window for these people to assert their freedom. And they knew it. And they knew it. And they get killed. And these people all die for 10 years. And we pushed through the 64 Civil Rights Bill. Just so you know, John F. Kennedy had already written the Civil Rights Bill before he was assassinated.
I completely believe you, Atius. I absolutely know that was true because, you know, why would you say otherwise?
So he's assassinated, and everybody thinks that Lyndon Johnson is going to pull an Andrew Johnson. John F. Kennedy's assassinated, and then what happens is Lyndon Johnson, he pushes through that 64 Civil Rights Bill. And then all Republicans become Democrats and all Democrats become Republicans. At that point is the great switch, because all blacks now fall in line behind Democrats who started the KKK.
Really? Really? It just ended it just like that. I wanted to hear so much more. Oh, I feel dead disappointed now. What the hell? I wanted to hear about his stance on the moon landings, which I already know are fake. He's told me he doesn't believe in the moon landings. He's also an anti-vaxxer. How many of us here now, yeah, are just waiting for him to say that he's a flat earther? Because I am fucking... I'm basically 1 point away from him being a flat earther. I really am. I'm not lying. I'm not joking about that. He is so close to being a flat earther. He really is. That was fucking epic. That was wicked. Right, what's time is it? Oh yeah. Oh, exciting times, look, exciting times. Denver Metro audits. Bullshit, it's going to be on in a minute. So, keep me entertained for 2 minutes. Oh my god, man. I bet his chat's full of bullshit. Let's look at his chat, look. Everybody, you can see it, can't you? I've not got a passport, Salah, but when I get one, I'm going to microwave it all day long. You know what was annoying, yeah? Is that I had his video downloaded, and so I did 2 shorts from it, and I meant to do the one about him microwaving his passport, and I hadn't got around to it yet. And then Kate fucking went and talked about it. So then I was thinking, shit, if I do it now, everybody's going to think I'm doing it because of that. So, yeah, so I haven't done it yet. Probably won't. We'll see.